Hi guys, DriveShaft Drew here. How y'all doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on this 2003 Ford Ranger. And basically what's happening is I got a little bit of a shimmy in the front end. And basically, I guess 2 or 3 years ago, I did a front wheel bearing hub on passenger side. And I had a little bit of a shake, but this time it feels like it's the opposite side. So what I've done, just to set it up here, is I jacked it up already. I got my blocks at the back, and I've already put it on jack stands, and I've already checked, I'm not going to lie, I've already checked, we need a front hub on this side. And what happens is, if you can see here, oh, hang on, I want to actually film it from a couple of different directions here, so we're going to set this up as well. I'm going to use this old phone. Oop. Yeah, camera. Okay. And you guys can see what I'm filming here. I want to get... And no, is that filming? Yeah, okay, it's recording. Okay, anyways, I'm going to turn this on just to catch a couple of shots. I'm going to let that phone record from there. And basically what I want to do is catch the underneath. If this part, you can see there's nothing moving. I'm going to try and get it from all the angles that I can, so you guys can see what's going on. You can see there's nothing moving there except the actual center of the wheel bearing itself. And if you look right here, you sort of see what I'm talking about. It's right in there. So it's the actual wheel bearing that's shot, or the wheel hub assembly. It's not the tie rod ends, and it's not the ball joints. You can see the only movement is from the hub assembly itself. So there you go, guys. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this hub on this side. And while I'm at it, I stopped and picked up a hub because I kind of figured that was the problem. So I already have it here. And I'll show you guys the hub. Flip the box now. Basically, this hub assembly comes in one piece, and it comes with the ABS sensor built right in, and everything else. So this is the part we will be changing, is the hub assembly. So that's the way it comes in. So the main nut, I got all the specs for it. If you go back to one of my older videos, you'll see that I did the right side a few years ago. Basically, I'm just going to do the left side now with the new hub. And also, while I was at it, because I wasn't sure if I'd need them, I picked up some new brake pads for the front as well. Because I figure if I'm going to take it apart, I'm also put up new brake pads at the same time. So I grabbed the hub, grabbed the brake pads, and we're going to change that up. Anyways, guys, like I say, you can see what I done there, and it's all set to go. So we're going to get the tools I need out. We're going to take off the wheel, and we're going to go from there. So I'm not going to show everything in this video, but if you watch my other video, I believe it was called front hub assembly or something like that. I'll put a link to it below, And you can watch my other video to see exactly how to do this. It's the same on both sides, but I'm going to do this side now. This is like 3 years since I've done the other side, and I have no problem with the other side, so I'm going to do this one the same way, and we're going to go from there. So I'll keep doing little clips as we go along. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, first thing you want to do is take your wheel off. So to get your 3/4 inch socket, air gun, or basically the wheel comes off, pop it out of the way, and like I say, usually what I just do with mine is I just slip it over to the side and throw all the nuts right into the cap. You're done. Next thing you want to do is grab the nut from here and loosen it off. But before you do that, you want to clean these threads because you can see there's rust on here. So we'll want to clean those threads. So we're going to, basically all I did to clean up the threads, I just grabbed the zippy and I spun it around on here, and then I grabbed the air gun and blew it clean with the air. Anyways, this is the way you guys can check. You can see here though, guaranteed that's the wheel bearing. Look at the plate on there. That's just with my hand, guys. So this definitely, this wheel bearing is totally shot. You can grab it here as well. So definitely guaranteed that that wheel bearing shot. So now you just take your 1¼ inch socket, fire it over here, back that nut off, and then we'll go from there. So we got here, behind here, there's 2 15mm nuts now. This has been backed off. I'm trying to get these 2 15s out of here. Okay, there's one, and the bottom one. I already loosened off a bit. Did I get loosened up? Yeah. And there's the other one. Okay, so you take out the 2 15s, and your whole rotor assembly with your brake, everything comes off. You just lay it aside. Hang it up if you prefer. So basically, I already loosened them off here now, I think, if I can get my hand in there. Okay, there's one. And the bottom one, I already loosened off a bit. Did I get loosened up yet? And there's the other one. Okay, so you take out the 2 15s, and your whole rotor assembly with your brake, everything comes off. You just lay it aside. Hang it up if you prefer. And then from there, you got 3 bolts that hold this on. 1, 2, and 3. And on this side, I believe, I ain't wrong, they are 15. Okay, so you get over the 15mm wrench, and here's the trick, guys. When they're tight, just double wrench it like this, and away you go. Just break them free. So once you break them free with the double wrench, that's why I grabbed the second wrench. Doesn't matter what size the second wrench is, you can grab any wrench that'll fit into the groove. Just double wrench them out. I'm sorry this video probably won't be as good as my last one on the other side, but you guys can always go refer to that video. This one is just to get the job done pretty much, because you don't have that much time to play. So, and there's bolt 3. So there's your 3 bolts, guys. They come out. Put the wrench to the side. Now this here normally should come out of here. If it don't, which this one doesn't, you grab a little hammer, loose, and that's already finger tight. Normally, if this ain't loosened off, you just put there, give it a couple whacks with a hammer, or you can take it with an air gun. But seeing it's already loose, I'm not too worried about it. There you go. If that don't work, you can always get a bigger hammer. But anyways, there you go, guys. Pop the nut off. Now don't lose the strip or wreck this nut, because you're going to be reusing that. Make sure you slide the axle out the hub. Now the only thing holding this left here is the ABS cable, guys. The ABS cable, you just got to follow it back, disconnect it as we go along, and it pops off. So I'm going to do that. We're going to shut the cameras off for now. Then we're going to clean this all up, and then we'll put it all back together. So now don't lose the strip or wreck this nut, because you're going to be reusing that. Make sure you slide the axle out of the hub. Now the only thing holding this left here is the ABS cable, guys. The ABS cable, you just got to follow it back, disconnect it as we go along, and it pops off. So I'm going to do that. We're going to shut the cameras off for now. Then we're going to clean this all up. Alrighty. Okay guys, I'm not sure we're exactly where we left off, but we're back together. Put that on to bring it finger tight for now, because we're going to have to torque that down once the wheel's back in place. All the other bolts are just the opposite of what they were. Just reverse them, run your new cable for your ABS, and basically she's all back together. Now the only thing I'm going to do while we're here is if you look in between your brakes, and you can do this while taking your brake shoes off, you can see your pads. Rare, you can see the pad there. There's still quite a bit of pad on here, like they're not into the rotor or nothing yet. But seeing I got new pads, and I got the wheel apart this far, it only takes a few seconds to pop this caliper bolt out and this caliper bolt out. Make sure your calipers are sliding back and forth, and as long as your calipers are sliding back and forth, just replace your pads. It takes a few seconds, and you know what? I got it this far gone, I might as well do that. So we're going to do that, so just hang on, guys. Okay, so we just took off the top caliper bolt here, and we just flipped this back on the bottom one. You can see that the caliper still moves easy on the bottom, so I don't have to worry about that. And it moves easily on the top here as well. Get the light in there, you guys can see that they're moving nice and freely. The caliper bolt, I just take it out, left it hanging there. So basically all we gotta do is push back these cylinders, and here now you guys can see your brake pads properly. You can see there's still quite a bit of beat on these ones, but I got new ones anyway, so I'm also putting new ones in while I'm in it. So we're gonna do that right away, even though it doesn't really need it. We're gonna do it because, I mean, this way I know I'm good for another year and I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to go 2-3 months and have to take apart the wheel again just to do brake pads. So we're going to do that right away, guys. And it's not hard. I mean, you see here, just wiggle the brake pad out and out it comes. And you can see this one here is pretty thin. So yeah, this one was time for a new one anyway. So we'll change both brake pads. Just slide them out and go from there. Okay, guys, so we're going to do that and then we'll continue here. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you how I push these back in normally. I just take the old shoe, I put the soft part of the shoe up against the prongs like such, and then I basically, from that point, I just grab a clamp, and I throw a clamp on it, and tighten up the clamp, and that pushes them back in. So basically all you do is tighten up the clamp and it pushes the cylinders back in. And that's an easy way to do it. Just use the old shoe for it. Now I want to also show you the difference between the thickness on this shoe now that it's out, versus the thickness of a new shoe. So you guys can see for yourselves. If I can show you there. Yeah. New shoe thickness. Old shoe thickness. So these shoes were almost worn right out. Like right here is the squealer. So if you look at this, let's see if I can get this a little bit so you can see. You see how this edge comes up here? That much more from where my thumb is, and that would have been squealing. So basically we had 1/16 of an inch roughly left on these shoes, so they wouldn't have went much farther anyway, guys. This is the way there should be. That's brand new shoes again. You got like good full ½ inch there versus like a 1/16 on that one. So it was time for new pads. These pads were worn right down to the squeakers almost. They weren't squeaking yet, but I'm sure they wouldn't have been far. So there you go, guys. That's why we put new things in as we go along. So basically all I did is push those back in, put my new inner pad in. I'm about to put the new outer pad on. So pop this off of here. And basically put the new outer pad in. Put a little bit of grease wherever it touches, like here, and basically here and here. And basically that'll be it. Then we'll just slide that back on, tighten it up, and we're done. So there you go. I'm just showing you some up. All right, so we got the brakes back in position, everything's back in place, everything's snugged up. The only thing we gotta do is put back on the wheel and torque this down to 170 foot-pounds. And pretty much, and obviously these to 100 foot-pounds once we get it on. So that's it for now, guys. Okay guys, this is what it's supposed to look like when everything's solid. You're not supposed to have any movement whatsoever. So that's what the new wheel bearing on there now. The only thing I still got to do is torque the center. So to do that, all you do is grab a little pick or something. Just pop your little hubcap off. And then you're in a quarter socket. This fits right through there. So basically, once the trucks drop down on the ground, what we do is we put this here, we torque that to 170 foot-pounds, torque these ones to 100 foot-pounds, end of the job. I'm going to go do the other side now, just the brakes, because the wheel bearing on the other side is all good and everything. I just need to do the brakes on the other side, because when you do one side on brakes, you must have to do the other at the same time. So there you go, guys. So for DriveShaft Drew, we'll call this one an end, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.